Well, there is one thing in mind about what goes on from YCS Pittsburgh as well as the French Open. Both Aditya Durap as well as Jordan Gallagher both winning the event with branded Dracotail. Congratulations to you both for winning the entire event. Big shout outs to you both and go celebrate the accomplishments. What's going on, Master Duel fans? James here again. More EARTH Tri-Fecta matchups with you guys. Vernusylph Naturia Traptrix to my liking. For tonight's episode, when this video goes up, you got the Traptrix Variation Mirror alongside with the Ryzeal, an unknown deck of sorts, Runic, Malice, Skull Servants, and of course, they just got new support, so I will most likely to go over them. Exodia with the milling strategy, Horus Buster Blader, and Ancient Gears. With that being said, let us jump into tonight's episode. And with his hand going first, I think this is where Vera is going to make a scene. Full Bloom, banish Flower Buds to E-Telly Vera, and 3 set. In a fat 56 card deck, what are the odds of opening up the one lone Feather Duster? Simplify game state. Hold up. Palm Ryzeal. And yet, no list has ever played Palm Ryzeal before. So let's see what's the reason why no list played it. Level 4, Fire Thunder, 1200 attack, 2400 defense. Can't be normal summon set, must first be specialed from hand by shuffling one Ryzeal monster from your hand or graveyard into the extra deck. Okay. You can't special from extra except rank 4 XZ. Okay, that makes sense about why players are not playing Palm. It's that floodgate restriction where you can't go to the extra deck except rank 4s. And then once per turn, during damage calc, if this card battles an opponent's monster, you can send one level 4 monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard. And if you do, this card gains that much attack equal to that monster's attack until the end of the battle phase. Serious? The special summon condition out of Palm is not once per turn. Huh. Interesting. Once again, simplified game state. And of course, Vera with 3000 defense, no monster out of this board cannot get over that. Vera, take Pinguicula, Detonator, kill off Vera, gets negated off from Cross, and now that you just used a monster effect, This is where I'm literally going to break this whole entire board with just one card. Pinguicola, take Vera, Thrust for Talents. Talents take Pinguicola. Pinguicola, detach Vera. While this card has material, she cannot be touched by traps. You do realize this is your own card, right? Getting Mantis. Opponent's Pinguicola into Sarah. Real normal Mantis. Two things in mind. First off, Trap Hole in 2025. Let me just say this again, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't think the people in the back heard me. Trap Hole in 2025. And second of all, you're facing Traptrix. Why are you using whole normal traps on an archetype that says can't be touched by whole normal traps? Because that is exactly the gimmick of Traptrix. Actually, make this 3 reasons. A, Trap Hole in 2025, as I already said it. B, you're facing against Traptrix. And C, you literally just triggered a normal trap just so that you're letting me play for free now thanks to Sarah's first ability. If a normal trap triggers, free special a Traptrix from the deck with a different name amongst the Traptrix monsters. Getting Vesiculo, Sarah, both effects by the way, Detonator, kill off Sarah, straight up set Holitea, special Myrmilio, kill off Cross, Exige Shogun into Elamiris, Vesiculo, send Holitea, special Holitea, bring back Sarah, and simplify game state. And that's the game with EARTH Tri-Fecta with the Traptrix stuff. And I cannot believe that person should have seen the look on his face about taking Pinguicola, not knowing I too is also on Traptrix. Always got to catch players by surprise. As a matter of fact, Fat 56 Ryziel with the Traptrix stuff. Lost Out Droll, 2 Ash, Ghost Bell, and keep in mind, this deck list, to be specific, this was before the ban list change. 3 Sword, 2 Nude, 3 Ice, and keep in mind about X, this is before the ban list change. 2 X, 2 Palm, 2 Star, Lancia, Nib, Raigeki, Feather Duster, Reborn, 2 Lightning Storm, Bonfire, 2 7 Tachyon, 3 Ryziel Cross. You need to play 1 just because it's searchable. 3 Plugin. I'm pretty much guessing this must be a newer Ryziel player because Opponent is basically getting to know how Ryzeo works. Trap Hole, 2 Bottomless, Giant Trap Hole, 2 Void, 2 Traptrix Trap Hole, 1 Network, 3 Imperm, Gravediggers, 2 Olatea, 3 Plasma Hold, 2 Mash Driver, 2 Draco Utopian Aura. Extra that consists of Battling Boxer, Star, Cestus, Masquerade, Silent Honor Arc, and keep in mind both Battling Boxer and Masquerade, these guys representing the 7 Tachyon targets. 101, same thing if you're playing the Surfacing Big Jaws. And then Time Thief Redoer, Infernal Flame Banshee, Traptrix, Rafflesia, Alamaris, Pinguicula, Lost Out Oedipus, 2 Mariologic Aggregator, 2 Detonator, 2 Dual Drive. Onwards within the next set of matches. And this is where the post-ban list occurs. And with his hand going second, I think this should be okay. Skull Servants with a new support. So, first things first, on the new and improved Skull Servants. Want to make sure everything is all accounted for, so it's Moisa White, as well as White Reanimator. So, Moisa White. Aside from most of the Skull Servant family having level 1 Dark Zombie, 300 attack, 200 defense, and aside from the name treatment of Skull Servant being in a graveyard, nothing more, nothing less, in this one, upon normal or special summon, you can add 1 Skull Servant or 1 card that mentions it from your deck to your hand that isn't Moisa White, and you can't special for the rest of this turn except zombies. Hard once on the search. During your main phase, hard once per turn on this effect, you can normal summon 1 level 4 or lower zombie monster in addition to your normal summon set. And yet, this guy is a rare, so zombie decks out there, you guys go crazy with your double summon. Especially the fact that it's a level 1, that means Jack in the Hand, 1 for 1, Where Art Thou, if you control a level 1, and there you go. White Reanimator, continuous spell, courtesy in the background, aside from all of the kings out there, from the very top, Zombie Master in the background. If your King of the Skull Servants attacks a defense monster, pierce battle damage, jeez, once per turn, you can target 1 Skull Servant or King of the Skull Servants in your graveyard. Send 1 Skull Servant or 1 monster that mentions it from your deck to the graveyard, and if you do, special the targeted monster, and you can't special for the rest of this turn except zombies. Wow. So, Moisa White, getting Lady in White, extra summon Lady in White, and 1 set. So, just to remember about the Lady in White. Face up level 3 or lower zombies that isn't herself, cannot be killed by battle, and unaffected by back row. To get around her, monster effects are a way to go. Set Vesiculo, send the set tree, special, Sacred Tree for Camellia. Awakening Forest, discard Camellia, toss out Goki Pole, reborn Camellia, Goki Pole search Camellia, toss out Cricket, Goki Pole for Mantis, Exige, shock it into Pinguicula, detach, getting Arachnocampa, Pinguicula into Sarah, Rio Normal Mantis, getting Dionea for follow-up, Sarah, straight up set Floodgate, Arachnocampa, locked into plant or insect from extra free special, Exige, shocking into Alamaris, reborn Camellia, Alamaris over Lady in White, Camellia over Moiso White, Sarah 800. Talaria, set, reborn, Arachnocampa, and pass. And then Skull Servants, time has officially ran out. So let's see what's up with the other cards. Skull Servants with the spaceships, Nouvelle Megaliths, and some other Masochist cards. And of course, the new BS stuff just came out. Unfortunately, we literally never went through them. So, next clip, because BES was indeed mentioned on the deck list, next clip, Archetype Archive of Bacterian Empire ships, as well as spaceships, aka level 4 light machine guys. The ones they be having 1200 attack, these spaceships. Next clip, Archetype Archive. And with his hand going first, absolutely consistent. Flourishes, discard Mole Cricket, getting Misting Ceilings, reborn Mole Cricket, Real Normal Mantis, getting Vesiculo, set Vesiculo, send a set Tree for Camellia because apparently we already got Blessing. Pinguicula, detach, getting Arachnocampa, Pinguicula into Sarah, Arachnocampa, free special, straight up set Floodgate, Vernusylph, discard Camellia, getting Awakening Forest, reborn Camellia, toss out Sunflower, Mole Cricket, Milda 2, of Thrust and Vernusylph Bear, just to grab Vane, just in case of Spell Trap negate, and Sunflower for the monster negate. Exige, choking into Elamaris, reborn Camellia, Valeria, reborn Arachnocampa, and in this position, you have, due to Camellia's mill to conserve Sunflower and Vane, that will mean a total of up to 2 spell/trap negates or up to 2 monster effect negation. And you also got Floodgate to book, reset button off from Claria, and Arachnocampa exists. The set Floodgate is not destroyed once. And Mole Cricket to E-Telly into another Naturia as well. Freezing Curses, Vane, Mill off Impermanent Feather Duster. Negate Destroy. Raigeki. Vayne. Negate Destroy. Haul by. And the rest is history. Feather Duster. War Breaking Runic. Upstart. Can't do no damages due to 1 day, but at least the draw one is fine. Vesiculo. Banish. Reset button Floodgate, so Feather Duster does nothing. Dionea. Target Elamaris. Cosmic the Floodgate. Elamaris go up into Drill Driver. And pass due to 1 day apiece. Set and pass. To attack it goes Vernusylph Rabbit, discard Awakening Forest, grab back the duck, reborn Camellia, toss out Horn Needle, real normal Vernusylph Duck, the return of Naturia Landois. 1 Earth Tuner along with 1 or more non-tuner Earths to make it as a level 7 Earth Rock Synchro, 2350 attack, 1600 defense. This card must be face up at all times in order for this effect to work. When a monster effect is activated as a quick effect, you can send 1 spell from your hand to the graveyard, negate the activation as it never happened, and if you do, kill that monster. Camellia being the Earth Tuner and Vernusylph Duck non-tuner Earth. And because it's a Naturia name that we synchro summon, Cricket comes back. And then Board Breaking Runic Scoop. Let's see what's up with this good old Board Breaking Runic. 2 Ash. Performance Power 5 Rainbow Magician. 2 Raigeki. Harpy's Feather Duster. 3 Upstart Goblin. 2 Magical Stone Excavation. Pot of Duality. 1 day apiece. Time Tearing Morganite. Dimensional Fissure. 3 Cosmic Cyclone. Called by the Grave. Metaverse. Solemn Judgment. Rivalry. Runic cards. The Limited Fountain. Runic Allure. The Semi-Limited Tip. 3 Flashing Fire. The Limited Destruction. The Semi-Limited Freezing Curses. Semi-Limited Slumber. 2 Smiting Storm. 3 Golden Droplet. Extra that consists of 2 Hyugen, 2 Munin, 2 Gary, 2 Frecky, and then the rest of the extra, I'm going to say none of it pretty much matters within the last 3 extra deck cards. But Odd Eyes Vortex, Captain Roland, and Jakku Luslin. And this next matchup, with this hand going second, I'd say a little bit too iffy, but we'll see how this works. Set 2 and pass. Full Bloom, Awakening Force, discard Sunflower, Call by the Grave, on Awakening, Real Normal Mole Cricket, Tribute for Camellia, toss out Tree to get another blessing. There's the Droll. Cool. Blessing for Cricket. Also, if you notice the Droll animation where its black feathers are peeking through, that pretty much tells you that we can't do no search nor draw any further. The Return of Naturia Beast. Mole Cricket comes back. 22. And pass. TB11. Blessing. Reborn Camellia. Radback Sunflower. Two things in mind. A, that's it. This sucks. Sunflower and Beast for Lava Golem. Camellia, which is the letter B for Beast. Mole Cricket, Tribute for Sunflower. Banish the Marchair courtesy of Dormouse. Marchair, pay 3. Sunflower, mill off Mantis and Chalice to negate. Link Decoder. Cricket comes back. And that basically means, if I recall the tributes for Lava Golem, Beast and Sunflower essentially just did nothing to this Lava Golem, and it basically says thank you for the free monster. Backup Adagnister, sure, on a free special. Sunflower, negate destroy backup from searching. And Malice scooped. Veiler, 2 Droll, Glossed Out Dotscaper, 2 Maxi, 2 Ash, C Archiver as a free extender. If a monster is normal or special to a zone A Lake monster points to, you can special this from graveyard or hand, but banish it whenever it leaves. Hard once on C Archiver's effect. Ghost Bell, 3 White Rabbit, the limited Cheshire Cat Glossed Out, and limited Dormouse, 3 Backup Adagnister, 3 Marchair, 2 Moltrami Fuelos, 1 Glossed Out Wizard Adagnister, Lava Golem, Sphere Mode, Nibiru, Raigeki, Feather Duster, Heavy Storm, the limited Gold Sark, Glossed Out by the way, Allure Darkness, Dark Ruler, the limited Underground, Call by, Cross Out, Forbidden Droplet, Malice in the Mirror, Dimensional Barrier, Rest in Peace D Barrier in TCG, 2 Imperm, MTP 07 GWC 06 TB11. Extra deck for Malice is fairly straightforward and standard. Cyber's the Save Worm, Lingeribo, Link Decoder, Cyber's Wicked, Splash Mage, Haggard Lizardos, Transcode Talker, Protect Code Talker, Red Ransom, White Binder, both Glossed Out by the way, Heart's Cryptor, Glossed Out Firewall, Magnite Crusadia Evermax, Neo Tempest Terahertz, Glossed Out, and Allied Code Talker Adagnister. And the next matchup, with this hand going first, I think this leads me to Sarah and not much else. And unless if my opponent hand traps me, then thrust this live. Otherwise, Fat 60 by the way. Real Normal Dynea. Turn into Sarah and 1 set. King Sark, so Horus, Mizuki, toss out Imseti, King Sark, toss out Kibesinuef, Reborn 2 Horse, Imperm DM SETI, Sarah, Special Murmelio, Kill Off King Sark, Vernusylph with the anti-target and Sarah, straight up set Holotea. Vernusylph over Murmelio, Imseti over Sarah, Thrust, straight up set, that grass looks greener. Xyz Shoken into Infection Buzz King. So on Xyz Shoken is literally Kashtira Unicorn, but the twist is send one card from it to the graveyard, knocking out Traptrix Rafflesia. Kill off the Holotea, not a monster card. Banish, Reborn Murmelio, and there is no that grass looks greener. Top deck's Horn Needle. Xyz Shoken into Pinguicula. Detach, getting Arachnocampa. Free Special. Gozuki. Banish a zombie, being Mizuki. Maybe that's why on the spooky field, the graveyard, the sleeves, even the mates as well. Skull Servants. Pinguicula attacking King, straight up set Holotea, and one set. Buzz King, get Murmelio. Attack into Pinguicula. Chalice the Buzz King, save Arachnocampa, set and face Holotea, and pass. Top deck's Mantis, getting Vesiculo. Xyz Shoken into Alamaris. Alamaris, detach. Bring back Horn Needle. Holotea. Bring back Arachnocampa. The return of Traptrix Adipus. Alamaris, thanks to Adipus, enabling me having a normal trap of Imperm, getting the extra 1000 attack boost, taking out the Buzz King. Adipus taking down Skull and its simplified game state. Vesiculo over White Baking, game state simplified. Okay, two things in mind. A, as I noticed from the opponent's Skull Servant field, you see the King and or Skull Servant popping up out of the field, so that pretty much tells you, based off from the opponent's life points, even more Skull Servants are creeping up out of the graveyard. And second of all, White Lord. So let's see how many Skull Servants throughout the whole entire graveyard for the mill. King, OG, Baking, Prince, OG, Scully, and White Lord. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A mill of 7. So it should be a total of 22 cards in the graveyard. Skull Servant, Walls, Moisa White, White Princess, Forbidden Droplet, another Moisa White, another White Lord, Banish, Reborn King, 10,000 attack. This could be it, one-shotting, but what my opponent doesn't know is that the Forbidden Chalice is set in stone for damage step shenanigans. Whoa! All of the Skull Servant and the bones out of the graveyard. Freaky. And of course, it's Skull Servants, nothing more, nothing less out of it. 3 OG, 3 King, 1 White Mare, 3 Prince, 3 Baking, 3 Lord, 3 Moisa White, 2 Maxi, 3 Lady, 3 Princess, 3 Mizuki, one of which is Royal Rare, Planet Pathfinder. For the sake of the 3 walls, that makes sense. 2 Gozuki, 3 Imseti, Duamatef, Happy, Kebesanuef, Feather Duster, Card Destruction, Royal Rare Foolish Burial, 3 Allure, 1 for 1, That Grass Looks Greener, Tactics Talent, 2 Tactics Thrust, 3 Walls as I already mentioned, 2 King Sark, 3 White Reanimator, 2 Forbidden Droplet. Extra that consists of Underworld Goddess Access Code, IPSP, Xyz, Coach King, Hope Harbinger, Xenophon, the Sky Prison, Infection Buzz King, Zeus, Typhon. And this next matchup with this hand, this should be no problem working with the Naturias. Normal Camellia, toss out Tree, Tree for Blessing, set, Blessing the Sunflower, and pass. Fiend Reflection, some Millenniums, set, Gravekeeper's Servant. In 2025, let me just say this again, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't think the people in the back heard me. Gravekeeper's Servant in 2025. Unless your opponent sends 1 card from the top of the deck to the graveyard, he or she cannot declare an attack. Obviously, PSCT on the pronouns type of a card. And 2 set. To attack it goes Milling Arachnocampa for an attack, Soul Levy, 1 Soul Levy at a time, and every time your opponent special summons a monsters, more than 1, send it top 3 from opponent's dead to the graveyard. Emissary from the House of Wax, set 1, and pass. Opponent draw, opponent pass. Full Bloom, Synchro into Barkion, Vera, Flower Buds, and Blizzard. From this rapid discard Vein, get back Camellia, Reborn Vera, next 3, Time Space, Mole Cricket, and Blessing, Grab back Vernusylph Rabbit for follow-up. Vera, take House of Wax. Fiend Reflection, special, gain the life. Real normal Camellia, toss out Horn Needle. Imperm, the Fiend Reflection, just so that it can get over. Servant Mill Off Duster. How did Die get here? Normal Trap, hard once on the activation. If a monster you control gets killed by your opponent's attack or card effect, place face up in your field zone one field spell from your deck with a different name than the cards in the field zones, then reveal 5 monsters from your deck that can be special with different names amongst each other. Your opponent randomly picks one for you to special and shuffle the rest back. Barkion. To banish 2, negate, destroy, and then scoop. Five pieces of Exodia. Aroma Jar. 2 Moko Moko. 2 Maxi. 2 Emissary from the House of Wax. Dino Sewing. Level 4. Earth Fiend for some reason and not a dinosaur. No stats. Can't be killed by battle. If it's targeted for an attack, extra 1000 stats. And once attacked, after damage calc, go back to its original stats of 0. Mimicking Maneater Bug. Shining Peacephilia. Cornfield Quaddle. Mirror Sword Knight, royal rare by the way. Fiend Reflection, Shield of the Millennium. Upstarts. Dark Factory of Mass Production, 2 Cup of Ace, Pot of Duality, 1 Day of Peace, Pot of Extravagance. Black Garden, courtesy of How Did Die Get Here, 3 of them. Or Lair of Darkness. Makes sense. Gravekeeper Servant, 2 Summoning Curse. Gingerbread House. 3 copies of How Did Die Get Here. 2 Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. Maybe that's why he want the trap card to pop off. For the sake of Lair of Darkness and Shadow Mirrors, just so that he can get his hands on Exodia for free. Scrum Force, while you control 2 or more face-up defense monsters, your opponent cannot target defense monsters you control within card effects, and they cannot be killed by your opponent's card effects. If this card would be killed by a card effect, you can destroy 1 card in your spell trap zone instead. 2 Soul Levy. And then the extra deck does not matter due to Pot of Extravagance. And this next matchup, with his hand going first, this is beyond beautiful. Real normal Goki Pole. Blessing for Camellia. Toss out Tree. Tree to get Blessing. Valeria. Goki Pole getting Arachnocampa. Blessing. Free Special Cricket. Free Special Arachnocampa. Cricket for Horn Needle. Exige shocking into Pinguicula. Detach. Getting Diana for follow-up. Reborn, Arachnocampa, and pass. Gate Blocker. Level 4, Earth Rock. 100 attack, 2000 defense. Negate the effects of your opponent's field spells. Your opponent cannot place counters, and your opponent cannot target other monsters you control within card effects. Wicked Serpent Night Dragon. Level 7, 2350 attack, 2400 defense of a Dark Dragon. You can tribute 1 Dark from your hand or field, special this from your hand. Tributing the Blue Rose Dragon. Hard once per turn on the special summon. When this card gets killed by battle, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls, kill it, and if you do, then you can special summon this card. Not once per turn on the destruction by battle. Emancipator Researcher. You got a rock, Gate Blocker. Researcher, Chaos Hunter, Destruction Swordsman Fusion, King Sark, Imseti. Wait, do you not? Hold on. Oh, non-tuner rock. Never mind. That is a miss. Crash, Wicked Serpent, Sancalaria, Reborn in defense, Nightmare Subodus, discard, Crystal Dragite, Cricket comes back, Cricket Tribute, Camellia Sunflower, Toss out Vein, SP Little Knight, Negate Destroy, SP Escape, set 1, both monsters come back and pass. Arachnocampa into Sarah. Prologue of the Destruction Source. Do not tell me I'm gonna get Buster locked out of this. I actually am. This sucks. Buster Blader, Dragon Destroyer Swordsman, Buster Dragon, Cricket, trap card, make sure they cannot be killed. Get rid of everything because the Buster Blader Fusion does pierce battle damage as I synchro into Naturia Landois and pass. Xyz Shoken into Prime Photon, SP Escape, Landois, Negate Destroy, Cricket, Tribute, Camellia, and another Cricket. Neo Prime Photon, Camellia bring back Sunflower. Got him. Sunflower, Miloff, Vesiculo, and Holatea for Traptrix extension, Negate Destroy, Neo Prime Photon. And if you're wondering, no, it is not unaffected by your opponent's monster, because if you want this to happen, it needs GEPD as material. To tell you the truth, you should have kept the Buster Lock on board because that clearly wins you the game right there. Three Researcher, 2 Red Rose, Ghost Mourner, Gigantes, Blue Rose, 3 Tackle Crusader, Gate Blocker, Crystal Dragite, 2 Buster Blader, Allure Queen level 7, 2 Chaos Hunter, 3 Wicked Serpent Night Dragon, Blot Dragon, 2 Imseti, Dwamatef, Happy, Kebesenuif, Lost Out, Pot of Avarice, 2 King Sark, Destruction Swordsman Fusion, Pot of Acquisitiveness, Call By, Traps, Destruction Sword Memories, 3 Prologue, Blooming of the Darkest Rose, Dominus Purge, Songs of the Dominators. Normal Trap, if you have no monsters in your graveyard at all, you can activate this from your hand. When your opponent activates a monster effect on the field, negate that effect. Then, if you have a trap in your grave, you can add one Dominus card from deck to hand. Purge. If you activated this from the hand, you cannot use monster effects from your hand, graveyard, and banishment until the end of the next turn, as in 2 turns later, and it is hard once on the activation. Extra that consists of 2 Buster Blader fusions, Silvera, Black Rose, 2 Buster Dragon, Ruddy Rose, Baron, Prime Photon, Neo Prime Photon, Lost Out Xenophon the Sky Prison, Nightmare Cerberus, SP, BLS, Underworld Goddess. And last but not least, with his hand going first, this is all Traptrix. Real normal Myrmelio. Myrmelio into Sarah. Holatea. Discard the Floodgate. Sarah. Teledianea. Set the Floodgate. Set the Holatea. Exceed, shook it into Pinguicula. That's it. This sucks. Talent. Draw the 2 extra. Horn Needle and Chalice. 2 set. Ancient Gear Wyvern. Chalice it up. Well, it doesn't really matter anymore because Ancient Gear Fusion hard open. So most cases, if I dare see Chaos Ancient Gear Giant, we literally hardcore lose, to tell you the truth. 3 Megaton Golem. So let's see what's up. 3 Ancient Gear monsters to make this. Ancient Gear things about no spells and traps use. If it's fuse summon using 2 or more Ancient Gear Golem and or Ultimate Pounds, there is none. It would have get to attack that many times. If for some reason this face a fusion Shokin card in its owner's control leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, going back to the extra that does not count, you can special one Ultimate Ancient Gear Golem from your extra, ignoring the summoning condition. And when it comes to Ultimate Ancient Gear Golem, Pierce Battle Damage, Ancient Gear things, and then if for some reason this card gets killed, you can target 1 Ancient Gear Golem in your graveyard, special it, ignoring its summoning conditions. Yeah, Ancient Gears, gross. But it's a good thing, Time Space Trap Hole is there. Put it back, pay my 1,000 life, and the game is over. So guys, that's gonna do it for the Return of EARTH Tri-Fecta. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and hit that notification bell to keep yourself constantly updated, and we'll catch you guys next time.